Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. This is a video that may not be. Alright, well, hey guys, it's Olivia Regret here, and today I'm actually going to be re-recording this, sort of. Like, it's... Oh man, I've recorded the first video, which is kind of okay, but I kind of need to record it again, so you're going to see two parts of two recordings mesh into one recording. So yeah. And that is to talk about the nuances of playing Skate 3, or just in general, just playing Skate on mouse and keyboard. Now, I will leave Skate it for a separate video because the controls are actually weird for that game. They work in a weird way, which I can't exactly think of to the best of my knowledge right now, so I'll make a separate video when I know exactly how it works, but controllers, we all have one. Skate 3, whether that be on Xbox One, because it's only on Xbox One and not the PS5, or PS4, PS3, or we like to play on emulators like RPCS3. I'm actually going to be showing you today. As well as me showing you how it works on RPCS3, I will have to load up Dolphin Emulator as well, because Dolphin Emulator has a better example in explaining how it works compared to RPCS3. RPCS3 controls suck for controller binding. Meanwhile, Dolphin Emulator has better controls and control binding for mouse and keyboard. This app will not load. Why will you not load? Brother, we're in a stalemate right now. The fatal error. There's no way you're already running 3 times over. Oh, you are running. Good. See, now I just need Dolphin Emulator to open, because it failed to open as well. I think they both failed to open. Do I have to restart my computer again? I don't know why everything's very, very slow. In case, I will close this, because memory is dying. Memory is a huge issue. You're loading games. Also, RPCS3 has an update. Do not update this game. Although the update's actually today. A while ago, actually, but I still recommend not updating. Oh, never update. I don't update emulators, because they always tend to break after you update them. Like, this build here, there was a build that released a week later, and that was April 4th. I downloaded it, and it broke. It was at this loading games part here, and it would load games, and then it would just freeze. Everything would freeze. And I actually don't have to let these games load. It says please wait, but I can actually just hit the cancel button. I tell you that, and then the games aren't here. Don't worry, they load. I just don't know why, but some features are broken. And so I'm not going to update RPCS 3 in case they're still broken. Or they break even worse to where they just crash the emulator. So yeah, all because of the next week's update in this build here, I decided I'm not going to update emulators for at least a month or so. So yeah, don't mind me being stingy, it's just I don't want to. Because then you have to re-download the last version. And by golly, there's a lot of people in the EA skate modding server. What was it called again? Right, this server here, they're in the EA skate modding server. And they do not know how to downgrade Skate 3 or update Skate 3 or update any game on RPCS3 for that matter. It's so bad. But it's not their fault though. It's just they see Skate 3's on emulator and they download it and that's it. They have no idea how to proceed forward from that. Because it's all that's on their mind, just downloading Skate 3. And then the mod menu rolls out for Skate here. For emulators and for JTags and RCX. Not RCX, CEX and HIN PlayStations. CFX as well. CFW. Yeah, we have a bunch of cool names for PlayStation jailbreaks. Meanwhile, Xbox only has one name. Everything sounds so cool when you think about it in PlayStation terms. Like, look, Webman is here. And it's a UDP web mod. Or even then, the game data mode. Anyways, enough yapping. I yap too much. My friends told me to start talking in videos, and I yap forever. You know, I'm like Retta the mouth. They're eventually gonna defund me, and I'm not gonna be on YouTube anymore because I yap too much like Retta. Seriously, let's open this game here, Skate 3. And I'm actually going to launch my controller config here for the Wii remote. Because I will need to show you something. And that something is very important because it lies within controllers. Yay. Now, I can't use my left stick because my left stick is not meant to be used like my point stick, sadly. And that's the one reason why I say I can't show you this for Skate It on the Wii. Because it controls very differently. See, because on what is it called? On Skate 3, which is here loading in the background, I'll actually plug in the audio so you can hear it as well. Yeah, so Skate 3 for RPCS 3, both of these sticks are point sticks. They both have the point type, meaning they can move this way. However, for Wii, we don't exactly have that. And I think that's why I actually end up needing to switch my controller layout later on. But yeah, swing here. Oh, and eventually I'm gonna have to like bind it. It's weird because I use this way for steering, I think. If I don't, then it's just point now. But for this is the one reason why I can't play mouse and keyboard with it. Actually no, I did. I beat it with mouse and keyboard. It's just, it doesn't exactly feel like the sticks in RPCS 3. Because this is swing. These are motion controls here, using the Wii remote where you flip it, whack it around, and so many other demonetized words I can't say here. But yeah, that's how the Wii works. If you want a better example, look at No More Heroes on the Wii. It's spectacular. Anyways, this is how the Wii remote works, and I don't like it. So we're gonna use the right stick. It's more friendly and accurate in representing controller controls. Yeah, and the thing is, we don't exactly have an access board to show how motion works, which is why I have to show you in terms of an emulator, because it's the most accurate of an analog stick. And that's why I say when you play, or when I play Skate 2, because I have streamed, when I play Skate 2 on keyboard and mouse, I act as if this mouse here is a giant analog stick. So take this and just blow the image up by like 2 times, and that's as big as this mouse is. That's as big as its area is in terms of effectiveness and use. So you don't flick small. You don't flick small to pop a hard flip or a tray flip. I'm actually getting sick now, sadly, but yeah, I don't know what that's about, but Skate 3 is here, although it's kind of broken. It'll load up, don't worry, give it some time. If I tab out while Skate 3 is loading in the background during that PPU caching, it sometimes never ends up loading into the game or launching into the game. Alright, well, we made it to the spot, and now I can show you. So when I pop an ollie, if I look down like this on my mouse physically, and then I go up to the top to pop an ollie. Now for manualing, it's different because how a controller works is that it's partially relative and it's partially absolute, and it just depends on the circumstances. But see, as we game on mouse and keyboard for RPCS 3, that's not the case. Your mouse can only be in relative or absolute, there's no in between or mixing of the two. So that's why on controllers, something like a manual is possible and easy to pull off, but on mouse it takes a bit more effort. That's because the mouse, it's relative, so it ends up doing something like this when you move it. Or no, when you manual, it's like this here. If I can show you in a better representation, it's like this. It doesn't look that good, but if I flick it properly, this, that's essentially what it does when you manual on mouse and keyboard. So if I were to move every single up motion made by me myself, that's the game pulling your mouse back to the center while it's in relative mode. And then every down motion is me pulling down. But yeah, for the most part, your mouse acts like this. When you manual, your mouse acts like this here. And I probably should have turned on absolute mode, because this is absolute here. So my mouse is like this, and so when I manual, like look at my hand here, my finger. When I manual, this is essentially what it does when I play a game of Skate, Skate 2, Skate 3. But I'm only demonstrating this for you guys on Skate 3 because you guys probably saw Cypher's video. But yeah, this is essentially how a manual works. This is essentially how a nose manual works. And you have to move very slow, like this, so you're constantly up in a manual stance. And I will show you how that works on mouse and keyboard. Let me make sure my mouse is actually in frame. Okay, it is. This is a nose manual. That's not a nose manual, that's a kickflip underflip. This is a nose manual, and you see how I'm going slow? And I need to go slow. It's the same for a manual here. You have to go slow, slowly back down. Because as I demonstrated here, when you're manualing, it's like this. And I think in my previous video, as I stated, as you let go of the mouse, and you're not moving the mouse anymore, the mouse internally, or at least digitally, its axis goes back to the center. Right there where the point bar is, this is the center right here. Now we're going down here, and we let go so we're not moving, and then we go down again, and we let go so we're not moving. That's essentially how this mouse works. And that's why gaming, or how Cypher's was playing Skate 3 on mouse, felt odd to him and clunky, but I kind of beat most of Skate 2 so far with it, so I kind of found its own rhythm, and so I'm teaching it to you guys, including Cypher's as well. Hopefully he watches this video. I think I said that again in the previous video, but again, I have to stitch these clips together. And so as I move down this line here, going from rail to the flat and nose manualing, and one tricking at least, I ollie, I get on the rail, I can tweak a grind, but the way it works is I still have to constantly move my mouse in that direction to stay tweaked that way. And then I can nollie off, or just ollie off. Well, depends on how I grind, if I'm grinding in an ollie stance or nollie stance. But I can nollie off. And that'll be a heel flip. No, I mean a kick flip, because I'm in Goofy. No, that's a heel flip. Or is that a kick? No, that's a kick flip. I'm confusing myself. But I can nollie off, and then I can flip my direction. Well, I'll use my left stick because it's more accurate in representing. So I turn 180, and then I get into a nollie stance, and I have to keep pulling this maneuver off with my mouse, as you'll see later on, as I just keep constantly moving up. However, it looks different because with the controller, it's this way. However, with the mouse, you technically just stop. You don't go back to the center, you stop. So the game pulls your mouse back to the center gradually. and then you keep going, and then I nollie out of that, and potentially one trick into a manual, which is this direction here. So I'm gonna put that trick back into perspective to show you how it works, and then I'm gonna go over bailing, and then that'll be the end of this video. Skate 3 is going slow because a game just loaded up. I don't know why I'm loading that game, so I'll just close it. Just roll the last clip. Roll the last clip I can. Because I really cannot control this right now. For some reason I explained this all to you, and then now I'm actually trying to demonstrate it and nothing's working. Roll the last clip. Yeah, just roll the last clip. Oh yeah, let's start by just ollieing. And let's start by getting into a tweaked grind, let go, jump. Although I kind of failed that.